Good afternoon. Today is April the 4th. We are on half term at the moment. And I'm back after, I don't think you had a video from me this year actually. I should have double checked. Um, yeah, lots going on. Um, I tried to record one at the beginning of the year, like go through all my whips and a whip parade and stuff like that. And as per usual, my it just crashed desktop and it would stop recording halfway through, and I didn't know, and it made me angry, and so I just stopped. Um, and yeah, so since then, we have some quite exciting news. Since then, I've found out that I'm pregnant. So I am about 14 and a half weeks. So still early days. We've had a scan, which I haven't got with me. Um, so I've had a scan and everything is okay with baby. Um, the only complication that I have that we're aware of at the moment is I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, which is why I just realised you can see my little blood sugar kit and sharp spin. So I have to stab myself 4 times a day, just to check my sugar levels, sort of an hour after I've eaten, which isn't too bad. I don't like doing it, but I seem to be able to diet control it at the moment. It's all very boring. It's lots of fruit, lots of veg. I did. I tried bread, and I love bread. And I tried wholemeal bread, and that just didn't work. That just sent my sugar levels crazy. Um, oh, um, and so yeah, I was a bit worried that I might have to give up bread for sort of the next 6 months. But it I had Warburton's thins. I don't know if anyone's ever had them. They're sort of like a little square, not very big at all. But I had one and I was fine, and then I had two today for lunch with sort of egg mayo, and I was absolutely fine. I was still well within my limits. So yeah, it's all very much trial and error to find out what I can and can't eat. Um, but hopefully it will sort of go after the birth. And yeah, so I was very much hoping for a home birth. I'd already decided well before um, we started trying that I wanted to go for a home birth. But I don't think that that's possible now. If anyone who has had a baby and had gestational diabetes, please, leave a comment and tell me how yours went if you're happy to do so. I haven't seen my midwife yet. I see my midwife next week. Um, so Poppy was the C-section, so I was hoping for I'll say normal birth, but a birth, being able to labour and birth. But that's all just going to depend on the size of the baby. I think it's not. Hopefully, I can just control it. But yeah, it does tend to grow big babies, and I already tend to grow big babies, as Poppy was £8.13. So I dread to think how big this one's going to be. But there we go. So the reason why I haven't been on is I've just been absolutely exhausted. I've had been going to bed at like 8 o'clock every night. Napping during the day is really just knocked me out for these first sort of few months. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't remember feeling this tired with Poppy. I remember being tired right at the beginning, and that's what made me first realise that something else was going on. Um, but yeah, not this. And I'm just starting now to sort of feel normal again, and the energy levels coming up. Um, but why I've been doing all that and been feeling just really crap. Um, I have a broken tooth, which I've so far since finding out I'm pregnant. I've had 2 infections in. and had antibiotics for that. So painful, unbelievably painful, and they can't take it out now. The anaesthetic didn't work with me when I tried it before I was pregnant, so I was on a list to have been knocked out, and obviously I can't do that now. So just praying that it doesn't come back. The old salty water and swishing that around seems to be keeping it at bay for now. So yeah, fingers crossed. And then Poppy gave me conjunctivitis last week in both eyes, and I never had that before, so that was fun. So I've not really done much stitching, so I've not got a lot to show you. This was just a more of a I'm still alive, I'm here, I am back at Flosstube, and show you sort of what I have been working on, which has only really been one project anyway. So I do have, I think, a finish. I don't think you guys would have seen this. So if anyone that knows, I was doing it was called The Bookshelf by, who done it? I can't remember. It was I saw it on Instagram. Stitching Cabin. Stitching Cabin. I will put their name in the description. I am using a new software to record this because I now have a laptop. Dave very kindly bought me a laptop, so a nice sort of like gaming laptop that I can play my Sims on. I think he was getting a bit fed up that I was using his laptop all the time. And I think it was slowing his laptop down. So I think he thought buy her her own one, and then she can just slow that down with all the expansion packs. But yeah, so this is it finished. And so the idea of, if anyone hasn't seen this, is so you've got all your empty books on your shelves. These are your categories, which I sort of allocated a colour to each one. And yeah, and every time you finish a book, you colour in one or stitch in one. So I do have to add one more. I actually read a contemporary book, which was very new for me. I don't do contemporary, but I very much want to try and put as much colour in this as possible, and kind of use this to try and help me to broaden my reading experiences, I guess. So I read The Queen's Gambit, which was very good. I did enjoy it. I then watched the Netflix series afterwards, which was also just as good. Yeah, it was good and I enjoyed it. But it's obviously it's about a girl, sort of like a girl chess genius who wants to become a grandmaster. The only thing I found with it, and that's not a fault with the book, is that it would go into long descriptions of a chess game. When she's playing the game, it will go into the moves and I don't play chess, so I would just skip those bits because I wouldn't have a clue whether if she was playing a good bit or a bad bit until it got to the end of that paragraph and be like, ain't she won? But it was very good and I did enjoy it. So I'm glad I read it. I'm currently reading a crime book at the moment, shock horror, called Dead Ground by M.W. Craven, who has been one of my favourite authors since I discovered him last summer, I think it was. So this is book 4 of the Washington Poe and Tilly series. If you like a series of crime books, highly recommend these ones. They really grab me from beginning to end, and I love the characters in it. And what I really love about this character, especially Tilly, is that she has a lot of qualities and characteristics of someone who is on the spectrum. And you don't get that in a lot of books. And although it never says anything like that she is autistic or anything like that, I just like the fact that they share those qualities in a book. And there is a character in there that has got mental or learning difficulties, who works at a hotel. So I kind of wondering whether he's going to end up coming back into it somehow. Like, I don't know. Like maybe he's the character that you know, you don't expect because of he's got learning difficulties. You think he couldn't have anything to do with the murder or something, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I love it. I'm about halfway through that. I am rushing a little bit because this new program that I'm using says the videos, I downloaded a new Clipchamp video editor. I don't know if I'll use it, but I don't know what is going on with my laptop or how to use my webcam any other way than other through this video editing software. And it limits me to 30 minutes. So I'm trying to rush, but you know, still show you stuff. So I have a new start and a finish. Um, I've been working on one project since January, and I'm right near the end. And I don't know if anyone is the same as me. Sort of, you get to near the end of a project, and sometimes that last slog at the end is like, ugh, like you wanted to hurry up and finish because it's not that I'm not enjoying the piece because I have really enjoyed stitching it, but yeah, I think like I get itchy to stitch on something else. I know I need to go back and finish that other piece. So I bought a cross stitch magazine. I think it was Cross Stitcher. Oh my god, they have gone up in price. Like I swear, when I last bought one, it was like £3.99, and I think this one was £5.99 or £5.49. I could not believe it. But anyway, it had these Easter designs in that I loved. Just trying to not get. Oh, there I am. There we go. And I saw someone, Joanne. I can't remember her YouTube channel name, but I will tag her in as well. She's very good. She does lots of different crafts, so you get to see lots of different stuff. She done one of these, and I loved it. And I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And this fabric, I posted in some of the cross stitch Facebook groups, and everyone has commented on this fabric, and it's like a pink and blue and yellow mottled even weave, and it's just I got it from a Pole Stitchers grab bag 10 years ago maybe, and yeah, and I never knew what to do with it, and then I just thought, oh well, I fancy something colourful. I'm not brave enough to pick a colour even weave for a project like a big piece, so for little bits like this it's all right, isn't it? And then I was going to go with a white frame, but and Dave very much takes the mig out of me. If I can get anything in sage green, I'll have it in sage green. I love a bit of, and I always say purple is my favourite colour, but if I see a bit of sage green, I am all over that. So yeah, and I think it goes really well. So I'll have this up for Easter. I haven't glued this onto the backing board because the idea is I will maybe swap this over with the seasons, and I'll maybe do like a summery piece. I can, you know, it's not very Halloweeny, but you know, just do different pieces that I can, little pieces that I wouldn't perhaps necessarily do. But you know, I now got a place that I can just swap them over if I see a little something, I can put it in there. The other thing that I would like to do, and I think I'm okay to share these charts because they are free, is an old the Snowflower Diaries Joyful World Stitch Along. So these are on their website, and these are like a monthly cross stitch. So I did start this, but it was coming out way too big, so I really need to rethink my fabric choice on them. I know that I can't remember people's names. Stitching Bunny or Cross Stitch Bunny. I will try and. She may already. I know she has started these. She sort of commented on my Instagram post about So I sort of kicked it all up. I got all the threads ready and everything, and then I started it, and I was just like, this is coming out way too big. I want it small enough that it can just sit on the mantelpiece in something this sort of size. So yeah, it's I need to work out. I've got my stitch count on there, so there must be somewhere that I can work out the stitch count on, say like an 18 count even weave, what that is gonna, how big that is gonna be, I'm guessing. But they're really nice. This is January. I saw them made up and I just really liked them, and most of them are sort of like animal themed and woodland, and someone did change the animals around a bit for the months, and I never thought about that. I love that. July, I think that's perfect for July. Some flamingos. August, little sheepdog, I guess. September is gorgeous as well. A couple of little barn owls. October, cute. November with a peacock. I do like peacocks. I like the hedgehogs is October, but so I could change that for my January because that's my birthday or something. And then December, little deer. So yeah, so they are on the Snowflower Diaries, and they are the Joyful Weld stitch along. There is also like a you can do like a separate frame, so it's a similar pattern to what goes around the outside here, but somebody done it so that they stitch that frame, and that would be like on, I don't know, that would say be like on the mount, I don't know, would be on the back, and then you could get like a magnet then and stitch the monthly ones, and it sits in the middle, so you've got like a framed piece, and then your stitching piece goes in the middle. I've got it saved somewhere, but it sounds really weird when I try and describe it. But yeah, so there are, hopefully I can start that soon. The one piece that I have been stitching on, and Mum, if you are watching, if you watch, please switch off now, because I've already told you I haven't finished it, but please switch off. So it's my mum's 60th this year, and I think I have described or talked about before wanting to do an Egyptian piece, and I found a piece that I liked eventually, which I already had in this Travel the World in Cross Stitch book by Leslie Tier. Loads of great charts in there actually. I got that free from a friend. This fabric I already had. It's a fantastic, really kind of a tight even weave, very soft. I love stitching on it. I don't know what it's called, but it's probably easily one of the best fabrics I've ever stitched on. I don't even know what count it was. It was in like a big group lot. But yeah, all I've got to do is copy this pattern here, follow fill in this, and then back stitch around here. So not an awful lot to do really. It's just, yeah, I've just not been up to stitching, and then I had to backstitch some bits earlier, not backstitch, unpick some bits earlier, which wasn't fun. So yeah, so I'm now coming up to, I'm rushing, I'm coming up to 19 minutes. I'm thinking, oh no, I've only got a minute left, haven't I? I've got 11 minutes left. Well, I've already told you everything. So yeah, one of the other things I was going to do this year, obviously I didn't realise I was pregnant at the time when I kind of made this vow, that I wanted to do 23 new starts for 2023. So I have had 3 new starts. I bought a little diary. I did want to get a cross stitch planner. And I loved them. I saw them all on Netflix. Oh my god. Etsy and Amazon. But they're not a massive amount of money, but still money. Is it a Happy Planner? Is that one? They look amazing. Like I'm well up for something like that. However, I figured I would spend what £2.50 first, and if I could keep this up to date, then I would next year invest in a planner. Well, I mean, I wrote in one day so far, so that's not good really. But I've had 3 new starts, so just 20 to go. I don't even know if I'm going to get that. The idea was that these would be like 12, you know, so it would be easy to then find however many that is left from 23. But I started a meerkat one, which is going to be for my mother-in-law, I guess, Dave's mum. That's a Jane Netley Mayhew book. Quickly realised I wanted to start at the top of this meerkat's head. I knew I was missing some colours, but I just thought, I'll just order them. Turns out the colours I was missing were needed right at the top at the beginning, so that didn't get very far at all. Dave bought me a chart, an orca chart from a really good, I love his designs, Pigeon Coop Designs, and it's because I've got it written down here. I can remember what it's called. So the meerkats was my New Year New Start. Then I started the Orca Bay, which was the from Pigeon Coop, on my birthday, and then the Easter egg one. Did have a pen somewhere? Was a start and a finish, and I started that. So I finished it. Did I finish it yesterday? No, framed it yesterday. So I finished it the night before, which was the 3rd. Started it on the 2nd. 2nd of the 4th. Finished on the 3rd of the 4th. And do you know what? Just for a little thank, I'm gonna highlight that as well. Signify a finish. There we go. So I'm sort of keeping track. Goals for 2023, just to survive it now. Just to survive it. Just to have my baby and just get through to Christmas. Still not absolutely looking like death from lack of sleep. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, we are pretty excited about the baby. We are very much looking forward to it. Baby was planned. We are going to find out the sex as well this time round. I didn't know with Poppy, but Dave would like to know, so I really don't mind. As I had my surprise with Poppy, so I'm quite excited to know. It would be nice if we had a little boy, just because then we got a complete set. But yeah, not really that fast. Wouldn't be massively disappointed if I had another little girl. But I know Dave has secret hopes of having a boy, and then one day becoming a racing car driver. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. So I'm hoping I can get back into the rhythm of these. I'm certainly a lot more awake in the evenings now, so I can start stitching more, and enjoying my cross stitch again, which is why I did that little Easter one, because I just wanted a quick little finish, just to get back into the rhythm of it and have a little win, and yeah, just to enjoy it again. And that's what it's done, and that's what it's all about. So I did have a good clear out of my desk, because this was looking a little bit mental, so that I could have a good setup. And so this was nice and stress-free to do this. I need to tidy up my unit here, which has got all my cross stitch bits in. So I will do that this afternoon. Poppy has martial arts, actually. We have to start getting her ready in about an hour. She very much needed this half term. I don't know if we put her into too many clubs. For anyone that is new, Poppy is autistic. She's my daughter. She's 6 years old. I just realised I did not introduce myself whatsoever at the beginning of this video. I'm so sorry. And we just noticed at the end of this half term that she was very much just not herself. She was a lot more emotional, getting a bit upset a bit easily. And that is just not her. She is just like a ray of sunshine 99% of the time. So we had a very easy day Saturday. She had a lot of clubs. I don't know if that's it. She did Glee Club on a Monday, which is like singing and dancing. She does martial arts on a Tuesday. She does art club on a Wednesday. And then the school introduced swimming on a Wednesday as well. So it's those 3 days are 3 very busy days for her, bless her, with a lot of energy, spending energy sort of thing. And then on a Saturday, we go to the library every week, and we do Lego Club and then get our books for the week. So she 100% has a better social life than anyone else I know. But I think it took its toll on her, bless her. As much as she loves doing all those things, I think next half term, Glee Club is now finished, but I think next half term, we perhaps will, if we pick another club for her after school, they do a mindfulness one. So maybe something like that, something a bit more low key, and actually maybe something that will help regulate her, help her learn to regulate her emotions and stuff like that. So yeah. And I completely forgot. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we've got martial arts shortly, about an hour or so. So yeah. So I'll do a little bit of cleaning and organisation, and if I can find everything, then I'll get back into stitching again. I'm pretty sure by the time you see me again, I'm gonna purchase Heaven and Earth's Animal Kingdom. I just love it. I have a Facebook group called Crafty Corner ES. I'll post the link as well. And the lady in there, Becky, she has been posting hers in there, and I just love it. I love animal cross stitches. It looks amazing. The colour, the detail. Except this time, I've made an important decision, and with my current heids, that I will restart them and I will do 10 stitch. I am just too slow of a stitcher to do something 1/1 4 crosses, and I know it should be about it's the process of it, isn't it? It's the journey of the stitching. You need to enjoy it, but I want the finished pieces as well. And I've got so many other projects that I want to do, and if I do manage to do this 23 new starts in 2023, then yeah, it just hopefully 10 stitch, I can see some progress, and it will just spur me on to do more. I have changed my style of stitching, and I'm stitching on one piece at a time now. Whether that changes once now I'm getting back into it. This piece I very much was trying to get done for my mum's birthday last week. So I was only stitching on that. Before Christmas, I was only stitching on, I stitched on a couple of smaller projects that I had because I wanted to get them done and out of the list of whips. And I enjoyed just stitching on that one piece until it was done, rather than trying to stitch on 10 different projects so that I've got more things to share with you. That was just not really working for me at the moment. Or for a while really. So I've very much enjoyed just stitching on the one piece, seeing the progress come along during the week. Maybe I'll stitch a project a week or something like that. I don't know. Or I'll just stick to doing what I want to do and what I feel like doing. Because yeah, why not? Right, so I have about 30 seconds left. So I will say thank you for tuning in and watching. Thank you for bearing with me for being gone for so long. And I will try not to be so long, and I will keep you all updated with the pregnancy, and hopefully I'll have some more stitching to show you next month. See you later. Bye.